Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for April 2nd, 2025. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle coming out for Taurus. Let's see what's going on, Taurus. Taurus. We have great gratitude and we have the honoring path. Listen, the only way that you can honor your life and position where you are, perhaps the people in your life, whatever it is that's going on in your life at this point, if you are saying, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, whatever it is, the best way to do it is to start with gratitude, right? It's an awareness. Usually gratitude is an awareness of the good things in your life, even if it's something very small. We can start small, can't we? Right? That's the point. Spirit's like, we can start small. We can start by what we want, by trying to figure out what it is we want. Sometimes when this is here, this could mean I'm not really sure about what I want. I'm not really sure what to be grateful for. It's very important that you reclaim your power in this way by just being like, you know what? I know what I want. I know that in an ideal place, in the utopian place in my mind, this is what I would like. What would balance things? What would make things fair? What are you waiting on? It's important to focus on these things, right? What am I waiting on to happen? I'm seeing someone who's overwhelmed, tired, maybe wanting to freedom from something, and it could be mentally freedom. The honoring path is Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. It's about focusing on what we want and then eliminating the things that we don't want, that hinder us from going in the directions we want to go into. So the honoring path, this is an intention of putting in efforts or work or some kind of energy towards eliminating issues, eliminating things that bind us, that make us feel heavy. So they're issuing off a new adventure, right? And I'm seeing that passion is what will bring you what you want, especially if you're like looking for love. Passion is not necessarily a physically intimate thing, but about having conviction or a purpose or something that allows you to sing with joy, or heart, allows your heart and soul to just be open. You know how the passion could be just like, it could be something very small, like I just really can't wait to finish this chapter in this book. I can't wait to finish this series or play this game. It's something here that's like, I can't wait to get to it. And if you don't have anything like that in your life at this point, then this is a new beginning to seek it out. Okay. I'm seeing that you got to reclaim your power by realizing that your thoughts become your reality. And so that would mean saying positive affirmations, especially positive affirmations about luck. Spirit wants you to know that you are creating lessons for yourself. That may be something that's a motivator, that it's like, I'm creating lessons for myself. Everything that I do is as I've created it to be. So if I am overwhelmed, then I've maybe there's something that I have introduced into my life, or there's something that I'm allowing to continue that may be overwhelming me. So what is that? What can I do to eliminate it? And because they're showing a mystery, you may want to look into your Lilith placements to understand what it is, right? Because sometimes the reason why we are down or feeling that we're in a dark place, sometimes it has a lot to do with our Lilith placement of what, like, because there's 3 levels to Lilith. There's 3 levels to every sign, right? But because there's always the first, second, and third decan or decan or whatever anyone's called, however anyone pronounces it, right? But the Lilith, right? One level is the victimization of the spirit, and the second, I can't remember if it's the first or second, to be quite honest with you, but one is the victimization, the other one is the victimizing, and then the other one is saying, I'm above that, right? I've been through things enough to recognize when something is the dark end of this, right? We've overcome it, and now I'm using it to my advantage and to help all, for blessings for all, harm to none. So that, the third level So there's three different levels, right? And you may want to look into that to see where you are, because a lot of times the reason why we are stagnant may not be that you are being victimized, but perhaps we're complicit to certain things that inhibit us, complicit to certain things that keep us bound. And so there's an energy of saying, what am I? The best thing to do, the honoring path, is to do an assessment of self. What am I doing? What am I contributing to? What am I putting energy into that is hindering me? I'm seeing angel number 1313, and that is a number of starting fresh, because I see a lot of new beginnings energy here, and they want you to step out of your comfort zone. That's usually what that number means. That's when angels are expressing it's time for you to do something different, because you're about to create something meaningful. So you might be at a crossroads now where I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I don't think I've got it in me to do jack else, but it's just as simple as eliminating something that's holding us back, that leaves open space to start something new and do something different. Maybe every day you do one thing. I could tell you, when I was younger, I used to smoke cigarettes, and it was just something that, like you saw your family do, you do it, right? And I was like, I'm never going to get addicted to this. I'll just do it every so often. After a while, stress came in. I think I went through September 11th, in 2001, and everyone's losing their jobs. Jobs became obsolete. Certain fields became obsolete afterwards for some reason. It was like all of a sudden there were, 1 minute there was a bunch of jobs there in this field, and the next thing you know, there were none. And it was few and far between. Everyone was scared. It was a crazy time, and the prices skyrocketed at that point. I mean, everyone was displaced. Most people, even if you were not living in New York, even if you were not living in, say, DC, you were displaced in some form or fashion. And I saw more people displaced than normal. And then you found that there were the Enron scams, and how people had invested their money and lost it all, because that was when a lot of corporate corruption was revealed. So many people lost everything in that time frame. And if you're not that old, say you're born after 2000, lucky you, right? But you may have been born out of the time where we didn't have anything else to do but sit around and make you. Um, um, what I would say to that is, it caused people to step outside of their comfort zone. It caused, okay, so that's something that occurred that showed me that there are other opportunities for our lives. Everything that you're going through is going to build to something else. Every single thing that I don't know how else to put this, and I apologize. It's like my brain went to so many things after that. And it's just, know one thing, that your thoughts do become your reality. Know that yeah, just know that. I'm just gonna move on, because this is going somewhere that I'm like, what in the heck, spirit? They with 1313 is speaking about your skills and talents bringing you auspicious profits. So I smoked so many cigarettes at this point, right? And when I quit smoking, I had space to do 1,000 things. I didn't know that it was taking up all my time. You know, like, you think you're smoking. Okay, so that's where, okay, so I'm like, where did my brain go somewhere else? Okay, and so either way, I started smoking a whole bunch. And then I quit. I had to quit. I was like, I had to quit for many reasons. It's not just for health, but it was because I decided that I was going to be, I was going to join the Mormon church, to be quite honest with you. And they were like, you can't smoke cigarettes and you can't drink coffee. Do you know, at that point, I was a coffee connoisseur, and I quit. But then I found when I eliminated those two things, I don't know how, but I had so much extra time in the day to do other things. And funnily enough, I had time. I read, a lot of different scriptures. I didn't just read the book or the Bible. I read like different texts. I read like the Nag Hammadi scrolls and all this other stuff, and even the Ars Goetia. I just went far. I was like, I'm gonna read about what Solomon wrote, and this, that, and the third, and the Kabbalistic um, magic and things. I read a whole bunch of things, and this all built to this point. So you're letting go of something that's holding you back. Okay, you don't realize it's holding you back. Maybe it's making you feel stuck, because in that space and time, I'm thinking I'm smoking while I'm talking on the phone. I'm not wasting any time. I'm smoking while I'm driving. I mean, you're killing two birds with one stone, right? But then when I quit, I was like, man, I had more time. Of course, you have more money, and I built my life up from there. And so I say all that to say that the best thing that you could do is to step outside of the comfort zone, right? And something meaningful will come out of all the things that you're going through. I apologize, guys. It's like there's so many things swirling around and so many pulling me in so many directions. I'm hearing things, and just like, oh gosh, okay, 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 I'm getting it. But usually when 1313 comes out as well, it speaks about your skills and talents, bringing you auspicious profits usually. And you got to build your confidence by trying something new and then keep and continuing to do it. But you got to trust in your decisions as well. Make the decision and say, I know I'm doing whatever I need to, I know that what I'm doing is going to lead me to something else. It's going to give me my power back, right? And also open up doors for you to be able to be, to go with the flow and be spontaneous, because you need to. I'm seeing friends and colleagues with the Hermit and Hanged Man. And this is telling me that these are people that are deep thinkers, but they're also keeping a lot to themselves, and I'm seeing them waiting to see what you want before they tell you something. So these would be people that perhaps you would need to um, communicate with. It says here that it's almost to say, I'm grateful for these people in my life, my friends or colleagues or people I worked with or work in the same, they do the same things that I do, or maybe they do the same things that you want to do. Like, I want to be in that field. I'm going to go and talk to people that are in that field, and that could be on social media. You just start talking to them. Um, but there's an energy of being grateful for doing that, for reaching out. It's something that will be very healing. There's opportunities in this, right? In these things, or these people. And you have teacher with the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, and this is usually a teacher. This energy, this person, this type of a person, they had no other way but up. They had no other way but to go a certain direction, to take advantage of an opportunity. It seems like this person went through a lot of hardship. This person went through poverty. They went through stages where they were in dire need or desperate need, and they found a way out of no way. And this person is open to showing you how to reclaim your power. And during a time when you may feel very powerless, to where you need to make a change and you don't know exactly what to do. So there's someone around you who is already in this energy. Okay. But incorporate the color coral or the stone into your space, because that does help, or vibrates on the frequency of allowing that flow and synchronicity into your life, and a lot of spontaneity. And it also will help to facilitate the passion, or help to guide you towards things that ignite passion within a person, which is just the excitement about something, to say, I'm really excited to learn this, or I'm just so happy to be able to go in this direction. I have something to look forward to. I could try that. I can read that. I can figure it out. Year of the Dragon may be very important to you. You could be born in those years, or something significant could have happened in those years. And that would be 2024, 2012, 2000, 1988, 76, 64, 52. And that would say that we can't be stubborn and impatient at the same time if that's not the case, right? And by being stubborn and impatient in this at the same time, that would almost be to say that not like sticking to my guns. I'm not going to try something different. I'm not going to step out of my comfort zone. Why should I? I'm not inspired to. Or even if you are inspired to, you may feel like it's frivolous, and and impatience is, when is it going to happen the way I want it to happen? When is the opportunity the kind of opportunity I want coming my way? Um, so I'm seeing that the strength, though, of harnessing this energy that is influencing, is this intelligence, enthusiasm, and even the glamour of being able to pursue something that like is greater than our wildest dreams. So I'm seeing very fortunate energy surrounding you. Spirit wants you to attempt or try dandelion root tea, and that usually this is a tea that if you call on a spirit that you need answers from or advice from, like a spirit that you would say, yeah, I want advice from that spirit, then you would make this tea, right? And you would place it on your, if you have a bedroom altar, or on your nightstand. Before you sleep, you say the name of the helper that you're asking help from. Say their name like 7 times. 7 times is always, yeah, 7 times. 7 times, yeah. And in your dreams, this spirit will visit you, and the spirit may not come in the form that you would readily recognize, but they would answer your questions in this dream, and they may answer your questions in symbolism, or in visions and such. So it would be important to write them down when you wake up and then look it up, because some things in dreams don't mean what you think. You know what I mean? Like water means, represents a lot of times feelings. um, Certain colors represent certain things, so you would want to write everything down, all the details that you could, right? So yeah, if you could be dealing with a Virgo, a Libra, or a Pisces, and those are the main signs. We also have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Capricorn, or another Taurus. So you could be an Aries Taurus cusp dealing with a Leo Virgo cusp. You could be dealing with an Aries Taurus cusp. You could be also dealing with a Virgo Libra cusp, or a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.